Hi there, folks. This is Sam Price, and welcome to another episode of Probate Notes. And I have a really interesting episode with my friend Jim Morgan. He's with Lanzone Morgan, LLP in Long Beach. Hi there, Jim. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Great. Jim, could you tell me a bit about you and your background and how you got to where you are?
Yeah, sure. I'm the youngest of 11 kids,
Wow. Your parents didn't
military
have TV?
family. Huh?
Your parents didn't have TV?
Yeah, that's right. Um, you know what? My parents are from Long Beach, and my dad joined the Air Force, and they traveled all around the world, really. And after my dad retired from the Air Force, they settled back here in San Pedro, and that's when I was born. So my siblings were born all around the country and all around the world, but I'm a local kid because they were done traveling by the time I was here. But I did still travel myself because I went to college in Alabama, and then I went to I worked a couple years after that to pay out my student loans. Then I went to law school in Kansas. Um, After law school, I got a job with a federal district court judge in Nebraska. And again, staying on the traveling theme, he was what's called a senior judge, and he would meaning he was retired, but he still took cases, and he liked to try cases. So he would volunteer his services to overloaded jurisdictions. And so while I worked with him for 2.5 years, we went to Dallas, Chicago, Tampa, Little Rock, and Phoenix, uh, to the federal courts there, and tried cases in all of those places. So super fun. But then I was done with that. It's a temporary job, the clerkship of the judge. And so I came to California, took the bar. That was in 2000. And I've been doing nursing home litigation in California since 2000. But I'm also licensed in Arizona and Nevada and take cases there sometimes. But primarily, our focus is nursing home cases up and down the state in California. Our main office is in Long Beach. We have 7 attorneys here. Um, in addition to all of that, since I've been doing this for 26 years, uh, I've been president of what's called Nursing Home Litigation Group, which is a bunch of attorneys across the country who sue nursing homes. So I was president of that organization for a while, and I've spoken on the topic of elder abuse and neglect in nursing homes and assisted living facilities from New Jersey to Philadelphia to Chicago, Nevada, Florida, all over the country. So this is what I've been deeply involved with since the year 2000.
If someone had some type of a complaint or they wanted to see the ratings and reviews of these entities, where would they go?
Oh, good question. I'm glad you asked that because I get that question a lot.
Hmm.
Um, I direct people to a couple places. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 websites, and then I'm going to give you one other thing to look at. Very good website for nursing homes in the state of California is canner.org. Canner is CANHR, stands for California Advocates for Nursing Home Reform. So canner.org is a great website. It has tons of information uh, about nursing homes, about assisted living facilities. There's information on that website about the residents' rights, residents who live in a nursing home, what their rights are, such as their right to visitation hours, their rights. For example, if the nursing home asks a loved one to sign that they'll be responsible for financial charges of the elderly person. They can't do that as a condition of admission. So that type of information is easily accessible on that Cantor website. Also, if you want to make a complaint against the facility, Cantor has links for that and information about making a complaint. But to your question, if you go to the Cantor website, you'll be able to research any nursing home in the state of California and find out what types of complaints have been made against the facility and whether the Department of Public Health has substantiated those complaints or not. And you'll be able to compare the complaints against nursing homes to complaints of other nursing homes in the state. One other very good website is simply Medicare.gov. That website is excellent. Has a lot of the same information on it. Of course, with the Medicare website, you can look up nursing homes all over the country. You can look up their citation history. You can look up, they have a 5-star rating system on Medicare.gov. So you can see if it's a 5-star facility or a 2-star facility. You can see what the staffing of the nursing home is and how the staffing of the nursing home compares to other nursing homes in the state or the city. But I encourage people, and by the way, to get to if you go to Medicare.gov, you're not going to get right to the nursing home part. But if you go to Google and you type in either Medicare nursing homes, or I always type in what's called nursing home compare. And if I go to Google and I type in nursing home compare, that Medicare site is going to come up first thing, and you just click on that and you'll be able to navigate fairly easily around all the nursing home information. Sam, let me tell you one more thing that I would do. If I had a loved one in a nursing home, I would Google special focus facility. If you Google special focus facility, you're going to get a link to a document that has a list of nursing homes that Medicare is paying special attention to. And the way to get on that special focus facility list is because Medicare has deemed that facility to have such poor care that they're in risk of losing Medicare funds.
Can you tell us what is a wrongful death action, what is a survival action, and what is the difference between the two?
Okay, great question. The survival action is basically the decedent's action, the deceased person's action, or I call it the victim. That claim is for the victim's pain and suffering. So, for example, grandma is in a nursing home. She gets a terrible bed sore, and it's terrible and becomes infected over the last 3 months of her life, and she dies of sepsis. Well, grandma has a claim, even though she's deceased. She has a claim for her pain and suffering. That's her elder abuse claim. That's grandma's claim. That's the victim's claim for their pain and suffering. If I can prove that what the underlying basis of grandma's claim, which is the bed sore or the full fracture, if I can prove that that caused grandma's death, then in addition to grandma's claim of elder abuse for her pain and suffering, the heirs of grandma have a claim for wrongful death. But I've got to prove that the neglect was a contributing factor to grandma's death and that grandma didn't just die of old age or cancer or something. If I can link the bad care to the death, then grandma's heirs at law they have a wrongful death claim for their loss of their love and companionship of grandma. So, grandma's claim for her pain and suffering belongs to the estate because it belongs to grandma. The wrongful death claim belongs to the heirs, and it's not for grandma's pain and suffering, it's for their loss of grandma, their loss of grandma's companionship, love, society. So two separate claims, grandma's claim and then the heirs' survival claim, which is wrongful death.